Welcome to the Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast, starring Q the Boss.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast. They call me Q the Boss. It's about to go down. Today's topic, guys, is very special. We're talking about the hoe phase. The hoe phase. And again, I think this phase is the reasoning why so many blemishes are created to the point where people are only allowed or able to get certain people because of the phase. The hoe phase, guys. For those who know what the whole phase is, I'm engaging with you guys a lot. So on social media, I want you guys to respond. I'm reading your comments. We engaging. Like, share this live. Share this live, guys. Right now, today, we're talking about the whole phase. Damn. I'm going to tell you something. And what made me do this particular topic is I was talking to a young man, and he was saying how so many people these days don't take relationships serious. Everyone wants to live in the moment. Everyone wants to enjoy. So he said, Q, what do you think is the most probable reasoning to why people are like that? I said, because most people don't want to take life serious until life makes them take it serious. Because most people want to live in the moment. Most people are enjoying a falsified life. So therefore, they never build a life. So then you wake up one day, 30, 40, 50 years old, realizing that now you're getting older. And if you don't make that prominent decision, chances are you're going to fail or you're going to die alone. More people spend more energy in their whole phase more than their actual future self being safe. This is like the trips flying out to the Miamis, traveling the world, boys trips, girls trips, and then ultimately waking up one day realizing that now I want to settle down. But I'm going to go on record and say this, and somebody's going to get offended. And the one thing I like about people that get offended, because they say hit dogs, holler. So in most cases, if someone hollers when you say something, it's because they're a hit dog. And I'm not calling a human a dog, but I'm just using it as an example of why do people complain when you say certain things. When a woman plays the same role as a man and chooses to live in her whole phase, she is collecting something called blemishes. So a woman sleeping around is every bit of a notch in a man's belt. So when a man sleeps with you, you lose value to the opposite sex because men naturally don't want something that was easy for a lot of men to conquer. In most cases, men want something that is exclusive, something that most men can't have, something that values themselves extremely. So even in living in your whole phase, you pick up a lot of blemishes, and then what happens is, now that you're older, you want to settle down. But in most cases, the men are not going to want to attach themselves to a woman who was even involved in the whole phase. And the vice versa for the women. But the one thing I will admit, or rather for the men, but the one thing I will admit about men is a lot of men, when they sleep around, in a lot of cases, women will be there ready to date them. So yes, it's a double standard, but life is a double standard within itself. You have to be mindful. If you lie to yourself, you're going to create a false narrative to oneself. It's the hoe phase. A lot of people are going through their hoe phase. They are living for the moment. Damn. And this is the reality. But when you live for the moment, you forget to plan for your future. Damn. If I said this on record, let's see who will get offended by this. A woman in the dating market, her value to the opposite sex is higher between the ages of 18 and let's say 34, 35. For my people on my live, do you agree with that statement? Am I wrong or am I telling the truth? Am I wrong, guys, or am I telling the truth? So I'm asking, guys, on my live, let me see. Someone gonna admit it or not? Between the ages of 18 and 35 is when women have their best chance of finding the greatest husbands or the greatest man they can find. You guys agree with that statement? I'm gonna see if somebody say yes or no. Let's see if somebody say yes or no. Nobody gonna answer that question? No one's gonna answer that? Hold on, guys. I wanna see if someone's gonna answer it. Someone said yes. And the reality is that's 100% fact. But sometimes when you talk about these things, people get offended because you basically feel like, yo, a man is saying that a woman has no value because of her past. I did a poll the other day and I asked to my men, and I want you guys to put this in the comments. I want you to answer this question. Let's say hypothetically you found a woman that you love. She's a good woman to you. She respects you. But let's say years back, she was very, very, very promiscuous. And now you found out she has 50 partners prior to you. And now you're married to her and you do love her. Men, I'm asking you guys on my live, do you stay? Do you stay? Do you stay? I'm asking a question, yes or no? So she has 50 bodies prior to you, but now she's a good woman and she's moving forward. Do you honestly believe that most men will stay with that woman? I'm asking my guys. Someone said yes. Ladies, answer the question too. Do you think that most men will stay with a woman who has a very promiscuous past? I'm gonna wait. One person said yes. You guys gotta engage with me today. Come on. Someone said yes. So y'all believe that more men will stay with a woman who has a very, very promiscuous past than not? I think so. I see it now. Someone said, I think so. I see it now. Okay, so let me change the standards. Let's say a man that's very successful, right? Do you believe that most successful men will attach themselves to a woman that was very promiscuous in the past? What do you think? I believe that most men are very insecure about their woman's past. Most men portray stronger than what they truly are. I think in most cases, when they argue, he's gonna bring up the fact that she was very promiscuous in her past. I genuinely believe that the relationship could work better when a woman don't tell him her past. Because most men can't stomach, because in natural order, a man genuinely wants to see his woman as a very clean woman who wasn't actively outside. But if, in most cases, he wants to see innocence. He wants to see almost equivalent to an angel. Not an angel in the bedroom, but an angel through life. And in most cases, when a woman has a lot of blemishes, most men cannot stomach it. They lie. Because in most cases, if a woman sleeps on a man after he cheated 45 times, in most cases, a man can't forgive it. Let's say this man cheated on his woman 50 times, and now she finally does it back. He will die. He will literally die because he cannot stomach it. The way we talk about how strong men and women are, we don't really exhort the truth. Most women are 10 times stronger mentally than men. The only thing that separates men and women are more naturally more emotional than men. Men are more logical, women are more emotional. But physically, women are more stronger. I genuinely believe that if men had to bear life and give birth, there would be no children walking around Earth like that. I'm just being fair. Women are definitely physically stronger. Getting in your whole phase refers to a period in someone's life where they're open to exploring promiscuous activities and connecting with random people. So they're basically sleeping around with no premise, no purpose, and no value, no substance. It's just called doing you. People feel like they're doing them by sleeping around. Ladies, if you try to keep up with a man in his sexual activities, you're only losing your self-value throughout the dating market. Because most men cannot, and I say this with conviction, most men cannot stomach knowing that their woman used to be an HOE. And they will say they can because that's their fake masculinity. Most strong men hide behind their insecurities. The Superman that stands up strong and that man is very weak inside. He hides behind it. That big frontal that he's showing, that masculine energy, there's a little cub inside of that man. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I genuinely believe more women can accept a man who ran through his whole phase than men can accept women doing that. I believe that more women could accept a man coming out of a whole phase than a man could accept a woman coming out of a whole phase. In most cases, why don't most men take on women that have multiple baby fathers? The reason being is because he sees every time that she was promiscuous or she slept around. She didn't have to be promiscuous, but he sees the children. And it's the truth. A woman could accept a man with 5 children, 5 different mothers, and love him the same way. In most cases, most men cannot accept a woman who has 5 baby fathers who slept around. Because in his mind, he's like, damn, she let 5 people put babies in her. But a lot of men gonna say it's not true because they want to come across as stronger than what they are. Guys, that's on my live. Do you believe that in most cases, most men will not even entertain a woman that has 5 baby mothers? But the sad part is, most men that have 5 baby mothers will never entertain a woman that have 5 baby fathers. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? We all can compile blemishes throughout our whole phase, right? Someone said that's facts. I agree. Spree, what up, my guy? Right? But let's just call it what it is. The phase is characterized by engaging in casual sex. Casual, right? Right? Encounters or activities that may not lead to anything. It might not lead to nothing. But a lot of times, when you're doing that as a woman, you're degrading yourself. And the reason why, in most cases, a man could literally physically just jump naked and be ready for sex. If a woman can do that, she's every bit of her in her masculine energy. Something is not right with her to the point where she can just literally just have sex, get up and walk away like nothing ever happened. Because in most cases, a woman cannot do that. If a woman can, she has issues. Some kind of abandonment, some kind of daddy issues, some kind of low self-worth. Most women, you have to work them into a mood to give you sex. So if you can go sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry, right, and not have no kind of remorse or care in the world, you are every bit of something's wrong. Something is not naturally, something's off. Because that's not the natural essence of a woman. That's not. There are women that can do it, but if you look at them, let me guess, you grew up with a bunch of boys. Let me guess, you've been hurt a lot of times. Let me guess, your father was an absentee father. There's something there that makes a woman come out of her essence and get willing to give her most valuable thing to a man away that easy. That easy. Something is wrong. And I'm going to call it what it is. So the whole phase can create a lot of people who will less likely find love because of the fact that most men cannot accept a woman coming out of their whole phase. Right? Let's keep going. If it's often associated with the desires to have fun, that's what they think, they're having fun, right? Exploring one's sexuality and establishing personal preference and boundaries. This is why people go through their whole phase. Because they're exploring themselves. But be mindful while exploring yourself. Sometimes you may go into terrain that's not so forgiving. So when you sleep with certain people, you definitely going to get certain blemishes. They're not avoidable. They're not avoidable. Because naturally, watch this, a man can come out of sleeping with a dirty woman. Let me say this on record. A very, 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 very woman that people consider dirty, right? A man can do that. And you want to hear something funny? Women will still sign up for that guy. Would you agree? But when a man finds out that you are the woman he wants to take serious, sees that you are willing to sleep with this dusty guy, chances are he's going to look at you of a lower value. It's like going to a car dealership. When I always tell women this statement, they get mad. Men look at women like a car. It's like a vehicle. Naturally, the car will not be appreciated more by the more men she's been intimate with. When a woman gets mad at that, is because I'm like, you do not have a penis, nor do you have a male mind. A man naturally looks at a woman as a vehicle. And the more drivers that vehicle had, the less that man will value it. Period. Period. So when that man goes to that lot, right, and he looks at that car, and that thing shining brand spanking new with 0 miles on that odometer, right? 0 miles. Brand new rims, high value car. Let's say it's a Benz, a BMW, a Lamborghini. That man is going crazy, right? Because he, in his mind, I'm about to be the first to drive that car. And when a man is the first to drive that car, they tend to believe that they're special. But when a man sees that anyone can sleep with a woman, that means she is no longer special. But a woman can tell you whatever she want. You want to hear. I agree. But I think in most cases, most women should keep their past a little more quiet than they shouldn't. I remember one time, and I'm going to give you a story. I was chilling with a female, and we were kicking it for a while. And she told me that she's been through a lot. And I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, I've been through a lot. My dad wasn't there. I grew up in a shelter. I didn't know these things about her. Because again, I met her at a job, I was young. So I said to her, how many kids you got? When you look at her from a physical, body A1. Because that's the thing about being young and having children, it's easier for you to do something called snapback. The girl had 4 kids, and you would never guess it. Mine at the time were like 25, 24 years old. So I said, Dave, you got 4 kids? She goes, yeah. 4 different dads. I would have never guessed. Now watch this. So one day I said to her, I decided that she wasn't for me. So we became friends. We were talking. Mentally, I can see something was off with her because of her traumas. So I said to her, let me ask you a question. And this is my inquisitive days. When you don't learn, I said to her, how many people you been with? She said to me, why are you asking me that question? I said, I'm just curious. She said, no, I don't want to tell you because you're going to look at me funny. And I said, no, I'm not going to look at you funny. So she said, I will tell you my half number. I said, you'll tell me your half number? She said, yeah. So I said, what's your half number? She said, nah, I'm not going to say it because you're going to judge me. I said, no, tell me your half number. She said the half amount of men she's been intimate with is 50. At first in my mind, I said, no matter what number she say, I'm going to say it's not a lot, right? Because I wanted to protect her feelings. Soon as she said, Q, the half number I slept with was 50 men, I said, damn. I said, damn. I said, you serious? She said, yeah. I said, yo, that's crazy. She said, what do you mean? See, I knew you was going to. I said, I'm not judging you. I'm just like, what were you doing? Yo, we're 24, 25 years old, and you slept with 50 men. 50 men. It blew my mind, and I just stared at her like, oh my God. I didn't know what to say. Because one, it was a lack of experience that I had at the time, so therefore I didn't know what to say. But a part of me was like, wow, I understand you've been through some things. And she was like, see, you're judging me. I said, no. Something has to be off with you that you can literally just sleep with all these men without anything coming out of it. I'm going to tell you something on record. I want you to hear this. It is sad that broke men have to work harder to sleep with women and rich men get sex for free. Ain't that something? Watch this. Chris Brown can take a girl right now, she'll sign up, sleep with him for absolutely nothing. Nothing. But that guy that will want to spend the rest of his life with you, he has to literally give his soul to sleep with you. And that guy that's willing to give you his soul will be the guy that will literally spend the rest of his life with you. But you'll give the harder time to the guy who can literally be with you for the rest of your life, but you'll give the easier time to the guy that nothing comes involved. Nothing is coming back. So that's a poor investment. You allow the man to get your most intimate prize, but yet still believing that there's something's going to be in return. What is a value? Is a status symbol? You sleep with a certain level of man, but nothing comes of it. That is not a status symbol. That is actually a blemish when it comes to men. Right? But when you talk about these things, a lot of people get offended. They get upset. They get mad. And when I tell men, you have to be mindful, because at the same time, if a woman can jump naked and sleep with a man very easy, there is something wrong with her, and you have to be mindful. That is something called the Jezebel spirit. She's walking around with a Jezebel spirit. And vice versa for a man. A man could also have that same spirit on him. It's a whole spirit. When you talk to a man who doesn't see that every time you lay with a woman, you run risk of STDs and diseases, you're trading and transferring energy, right? You know how you know energy is being transferred? You can knock off a woman's whole pH balance by her sleeping with multiple men. You can knock off a woman's whole pH balance by her sleeping with multiple men. A woman is an internal organ, right? Which runs a higher risk of getting STDs and diseases because it's an internal organ. It is so much easier for a woman to get a disease than a man. You know that. Because again, it is an internal organ. A woman's organ is all flesh. Unless the man is not circumcised, right? And this is a natural reality. But again, when you say these things, people get offended, they get offensive. You trying to talk crazy. No, listen, when you're going through your whole phases, understand that you're going to come out with war wounds. Whether men or women, in most cases, when they're going through their whole phase, a lot of times you don't value yourself. As a man, you have to be conscious to every woman that you get intimate with too, because at the same time, you must up your status and your value. You cannot sleep down and expect to have great up results. You're sleeping down but want great up results. But when you come out of those whole phases, when a person decides to talk to you, notice that they do something called a whole facts. A whole facts is when a man inquires about your past because he wants to know who you were intimate with before him, so therefore he knows how far to go with you. So the whole facts better come up clean, because if it don't come up clean, most men will not sign up for that car. It's called the whole facts. But if you say this statement, someone will get offended. When a man is choosing to choose a woman, in most cases, we bring you around our homeboys. Why? We want to see how you act around men, right? Women will do a whole facts but still deal with it. I'm being fair, ladies. Someone just said, what about these men? Yeah, I agree with you. I will kill you. I will kill a man too, right? But naturally, when a woman chooses, she will still get intimate with him. One day, a lady said to me, why do men sleep around and still expect a woman to sign up for them? And I said, if I tell you the truth, you're going to get mad, because we tend to make it personal. In most cases, a man could tell you he slept with 10,000 people. When a woman like him, she's still going to date him. So it doesn't even matter. And I'm going to be fair. But in most cases, if a woman says she slept with 10,000 dudes, it is clipped for her. It's not happening. No one is subscribing to that YouTube channel. Right? But when I say that, someone gets offended like, oh, you talking to this about women. No, I'm just raising awareness of truth. Sometimes in order to raise the awareness of truth, someone has to get offended. Someone has to feel uncomfortable, because it's the truth. It's irrelevant to your personal feelings. It's irrelevant to my personal feelings. It's relevance to the truth. In order to arrive at the truth, we must identify what is the truth and then seek refuge towards the truth. We on a boat setting sail towards the lie and wonder why we getting poor results. Men and women we don't identify the same. We don't behave the same, nor do we think the same. Therefore, we continue to have different results, because most cases, a woman will feel like I can do what a man do and don't get the same level of results. But in most cases, it don't work that way. But again, when you look at these celebrities who are very, 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 very hyper beautiful, they get away with certain things. But the average woman cannot get away with what Bernice Burgos can get away with. The average woman can't get away with some of these very, very, very substantially beautiful women can get away with, because there's a sucker born every damn day. So a lot of times when we look at these men, I'm like, wait, the man that's signing up for that woman that was very promiscuous, either A, he's a weirdo, something is wrong with him, or let me guess, watch this. You take a guy. He's in the NBA. He's playing basketball professionally. A lot of those dudes, and you can take this clip all you want, a lot of those dudes, professional athletes, a lot of influencers and rappers were cornballs, and now that they have a little bit of clout, they're still cornballs with a little bit of clout. All they do is run behind the women they might have jerked off to when they were children, and now they have access to these people. So guess what? They're literally running to these same women that they were lusting over when they were cornballs. That's why the cornball runs to this used and abused woman and sign up for her, because in his mind, I just bagged my childhood jerk-off crush. And that's the truth. So when you tell them this, they get mad. And I tell the truth. I don't give a damn who gets offended. If you want to be on this platform with me, you got to be comfortable and have some thick skin, because I am not saying what a man want to hear to accommodate a man, and I'm not saying what a woman want to hear to accommodate a woman. I'm giving you I can't speak from a woman's perspective because I am not a woman, but I can tell you from a man's lens of how we think. See, if I'm trying to force you to believe how a woman think, I don't know, because I've never been a woman in my life. I don't identify as a woman. I identify as 100% man, male, and alpha. So I cannot identify to the magnitude of what these men or these women are doing. I know what real men want, and I know what real men think. I know that for sure. So if I'm gonna give you my gems, I'm gonna give you based on our perspective, ultimately telling my women that if you do want a certain level of a man, you have to carry yourself to a certain level of status. Because a man, when he brings a woman around, as soon as you walk away to go to the bathroom, you know what he does? I'm gonna give you gems. You know what he does when his man's is there? She fire, right? She bad, right? Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, she ain't got no crazy past. Yo, ain't nobody know her like that. She's a goody. And she come from a good family. That's how men talk. And I'm giving you sauce and gems that men wouldn't want you guys to know. This is how we talk. You know what another man would say? Yo, when she walk away, she staring at y'all? How she behaving? She cool? What y'all think about her? That's what we do as men. And once a man says that she has a wandering eye, she will wonder why she's single. Her wandering eye is, and then wondering why she's single. Because you cannot literally keep your eyes to yourself. There's a video the other day, and most people are gonna call this insecurity. Savannah James is LeBron James's wife. The other day, an NBA player walked up, shook LeBron James' hand. She didn't even look the man in his eyes. She let him walk right past her. Because you know why? She respects a man to the point where she don't want no man to ever be able to say that, hey, your woman was staring at me. Or get a picture of her glancing in this man's eyes. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. So rather than embarrass her man, she chooses not to even entertain or look this man in his eyes. And this is the value of that woman. Look how ill that woman is. She chooses not to look this man in his eyes because she realizes that a picture can make her look like she's lusting after this man. And believe you me, more people in media would love to get a picture of Savannah James looking like she lusting after LeBron James' teammate. But that is the epitome of class. Then you wonder why she's the king's queen. You heard that? You wonder why she's the king's. How you do it? Yeah, LeBron. You wonder why she's the king's queen. Because she understands how to conduct herself in a public setting around other men. Especially men who would love to be able to say, I slept with LeBron's wife. A man could be worth $7. Listen to this, guys. A man could be worth $7 if he can sleep with a powerful man's woman that will make him feel like he's a millionaire. You didn't hear me. A man could be worth $7 if he can sleep with a powerful man's woman or wife. He would genuinely believe that he is bigger and better than that man. And if he can see that same woman feel like she's looking at him, he is the man. And I'm giving you gems based on a truth of reality. I don't care how most people get offended. I tell the truth. But the problem is when a woman, in most cases, hears something how men think, they don't want to understand it because y'all want us to think like y'all. Men and women don't think the same. I'm giving you from a man's lens. But you want me to think from your lens. I could never be a woman. I don't think like you. But I can learn to understand a woman. But a woman needs to learn how to understand a man. We speak two completely different languages. I speak from Mars and you speak from Venus. But yet and still we can communicate because body language, I can see certain behaviors that tell me that there's something wrong. I don't have to see something bleeding to understand that something is wrong. When you come one with self, you can see that something is clearly wrong. My woman don't have to tell me that she's having a bad day. I can look at her body language, her posture, how she stands, that something is completely off. Ain't that truth? But again, we got this mentality where when you start saying certain things, everyone feels like you're talking about me. I feel offended. I'm appalled. Damn. But it's a reality. I'm telling you, a man, again, can have absolutely nothing, but sleep with a man's woman who has absolutely a lot, and it will make that man feel like he is every bit of more than what he truly is. When a woman understands that a man, when he hasn't reached his true essence, his premise is to break up things that could be substantially great. In most cases, when a woman cheats, right? Watch this, stay with me. When a woman cheats, she's cheating with a man that's telling her what she want to hear, ultimately never going to live up to the expectations of what he said. It is so much easier to enjoy a woman who's in a relationship than it is to enjoy a woman who's single. You know why it's easier to enjoy a woman who's single? That's in a relationship. The reason, let me say this again. In most cases, it is easier to enjoy a woman who's in a relationship with another man than it is to enjoy a woman who's single. The woman who's single comes with expectations that I will have to meet. The woman who's in a relationship literally comes to have fun with me, and then guess what? She go take her boyfriend or her husband back to headaches. So in her mind, my side dude is 10 times better than him. But in reality, if you get in a relationship with that guy, he will not live up to the expectations of what you thought. Because yet and still, he don't have to deal with the days you're complaining. He don't have to deal with the days. Every time you see him, he is your getaway. It's like a vacation every time you go chill with him. So therefore, you believe that your man is genuinely that bad, but until you get with your side dude, you're gonna realize that you signed up for the wrong guy. Because it is better for a woman to be every bit of single when she starts dating again. Going into the situation with a clear mind. But again, the whole phase have people believing that I could be this hoe, but I'm not gonna come out with no scars and no blemishes. And the thing I say about men, when you out there sleeping with certain women, you have to be mindful that most men will literally, oh my God, look at you different. When you go into a room, right? And let's say this setting, watch this, stay with me, guys. When you go into a room, tap that screen if y'all loving my content. Tap that damn screen. Let's run this thing up. I know I'm giving y'all some fire. Watch this narrative. A man, right? When he meets a woman, he has to understand something simply logical. And man, I'm giving you game right now. A woman chooses who she has sex with. A woman is the gateway to sex. Period. The final choice of sex is by a woman. By a woman. Any man that don't want to accept this, they live in a delusion. But I'm gonna tell you something. Every bit of the relationship is a man's choice, because it is natural that if a woman is willing to get intimate with you, she is more than likely willing to be in a relationship with you. I'm not going to say all cases, but in most cases, if a woman will get intimate with you, she will be in a relationship with you. So the man is the key to a relationship. So if a woman, right, is a bum and a man chooses to cuff her, is because that man is a bum. But if a woman sleeps with a bum, it's because she is a bum. So the roles go both ways. I'm gonna say that again. If a man and a woman have to have something called standards. Watch this narrative. I'm gonna say this again. If a man sleeps with a woman and chooses to stay in a relationship with her, and she ain't got nothing going on, is because he is a bum. But if a woman sleeps with a guy who has nothing going on, it's because she is a bum. Period. So when you have these standards, we have to identify truth. See, in most cases, when you talk like this, oh my God, Q's talking crazy. He can't talk like that. And I'm gonna keep talking the truth, Nick, because I'm a real dude, 100% honest. I don't lie to myself. Because I think the worst lie one can tell himself is the reason why one won't grow, because of the fact that they've lied to themselves so long that they believe their own madness. There's a person sitting right now, right, as a woman, believe that I can sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry, but yet and still nothing's gonna come of it. I can sleep with him, I can sleep with him, and I can sleep with him. And guess what? The man that's really him, and what I mean by him is that successful man, still gonna want me. Sadly mistaken, my sister. Not happening. The only way you're gonna get a man that's quote unquote him financially is because he's an insecure little boy. Insecure little boy. Then you wonder why your man, because he makes money, is not a real alpha. Making money is not the definition of an alpha. An alpha is a great leader. In most cases, we identify an alpha based on economics. There are people in houses who do not make the most money, but they're the best leaders in their families. I know women who can lead better than men, and I know men who can lead better than women. And sometimes it doesn't mean about finances. Look at it from a team analogy. Steph Curry is the best player to ever come in the NBA as far as a point guard, but yet still his best leader is Draymond Green. He's the leader. We got to get out our feelings. But when you talk about these sensitive topics, it starts poking at somebody's skin. It starts poking at someone's insecurities. You have to allow yourself to hear things that make you uncomfortable in order for you to be uncomfortable to become comfortable. Well, that went over somebody's head. That went over somebody's goddamn head. You got to be able to talk about things that make you uncomfortable so you can become uncomfortable, so naturally you can become comfortable. Damn. Get out your damn feelings. Get out your feelings. We get into logic. We're trying to grow logic. We don't want to grow our feelings. Our feelings have led you to an empty bed. Your feelings have led you to an empty bed, men and women. Your feelings have created this man that's out there waiting for you that don't exist, ladies. Your feelings for you men have created this woman out there that's supposed to be waiting for you that don't even exist. You're crying about the woman that you said of your dreams, but yet and still you're not even the man you believe that she would want. Damn. You want this man that is so substantially here, but your mentality is every bit of here. He's not even attracted to you from a social setting. And you're not even in the settings that you can meet a guy like that. You're not gonna find certain men in certain settings. You're not gonna find certain women in certain settings. But if you say this, you become the problem. When you sit down and evaluate people, you're at a nightclub, and everybody in this nightclub is practically naked, but yet and still you want a man to see your brain. I see you naked, and you want me to see your mentality? Men are something called visual creatures. We're very visual. The moment I see you half naked, you say to me, you're looking for some penis. Damn. Come on. But if you say this, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you something. To my ladies on my social media and the ladies that's watching this podcast and listening in. Take your picture on your social media. Look at the picture where you half naked. I bet you that get the most likes. But now say something intellectual and see how them damn men don't be naked. Put on something classy and then say something sophisticated and see how much less likes you get. Because those men that you think are on your page following you, they're not following you because of your brain. They're following you because of your behind. Come on. Come on. But if you say this, oh my God, this is what we do. I tell the truth. Again, I'm not going to say the celebrity. There's a particular celebrity woman I know very well, very, very well. And I showed her. I said, she said she get mad attention. I said, the only reason why you get a lot of attention is because all the men lust over you when you put on half-naked pictures. And not only half-naked pictures, you show your cleavage in some of the pictures. So even when you got on your dress, your breast is poked up like this, right? Like this. So I said, when you don't have those pictures, notice that you don't get the same level of likes. She'll get 3,000 to 7,000 likes when she's half naked. When she's not naked, she get about either 500 to 1,000 likes. So I'm asking you, stop falsifying your reality, right? A little bigger. Some studies have found that people with more sexual partners before marriage may be less likely to have a happy marriage and more likely to get divorced. Let me say that again. Some studies have found that people who have more sexual experience before they get married tend to end up in divorce a lot faster. Why is that? Because they're never satisfied. The more you sleep around, the more you want to explore. Some people literally can't be satisfied because they've tried too many penises. Some men can't be satisfied because they tried too many vaginas. They're literally looking for something more and more and more. It's like a crackhead. They want more crack. They want more crack. Because sex can be every bit of an addiction. Also, the number one currency that right now people are paying people with is something called attention. The number one currency that people pay for is attention. Right now, people are addicted to attention, thinking that your DMs full of men and women is really after you. The problem with most relationships today is that people think they have more access to people than they really do. They think that the world wants to be with them because a person liked your pic, a person commented under you and said, I like you. Oh, you fire, ma. Won't you meet a real man? Go meet him and you'll realize that he live in a room with his mother. Right? It's a dopamine rush. It's a rush when you get pics. It's a rush when you get likes. It's a rush when you get comments. But when you talk about these things, people get offended. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Because if you want to grow, you have to make yourself listen to things that actually make sense. Get out of your little insecure ways and your little biased mentality where you sit in your 5-block radius and you go around people that accept you for who you are. It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. You go exactly where everybody knows your name and they're so glad that you came. That's what you do. That's why you're still in the same position in life that you are today. You believe that someone is supposed to subscribe to your garbage. Someone is supposed to accept you for the way you are, but yet and still you don't even accept people for the way they are. There are people who will tell me that I know I got issues, but they will never date somebody with issues. Damn. Let me say that one more time. There are people who will identify that they have issues and will tell you that I would never date someone with issues. Damn. He crazy as hell. Girl, you just admitted that you was crazy. Crazy plus crazy equals crazy. So y'all just want to go be crazy together and have fun. Damn. We talking logic. We talking logic. But the problem is we get offended by reality because most of us live in a delusional world in our mind that we've created called our own reality. You created your own little planet in your head that you live on. You ever seen someone who's a man or a woman that's not attractive? They're not attractive, but they walk around like they God's gift to earth. You ever seen someone like that? Like, what kind of world they got to be in to think like that? Look, let me say this again. There are people who should love and value and respect the way they look. But I've met people on my journey, when you talk to them as a person, they'll say, like, what do you do for a living? I'm a model. You look at them like, God damn, you ain't no model. Damn. There's no way. But if you say that to them, you're wrong as hell. You're wrong. But I tell the truth, I don't care what someone get offended by. Because in order to fix the problem, we have to identify the problem. Listen, social media has given everyone a false reality of reality. And I'm going to go on record and say this. Somebody going to get mad. I don't give a damn. The most lioness creatures I've ever met is women. They lie to themselves and they lie to each other more than I've ever seen in my life. In my whole existence, I have never seen creatures lie to each other so much. Women, listen, y'all gonna get mad. I don't care. Women lie to each other so much, they will tell a girl, oh my God, girl, you killing it. Knowing damn well when she get away from him, she talk to you as her man, you know what she gonna say? I can't believe that girl wore that. Oh my God, she played herself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is how girls are. Not all, but a lot. A lot. A lot of women, if you ask any man to sit down right now and ask him, do his girl talk mad crazy about her friends? He gonna say, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Women are the most fraudulent creatures when they come to each other. Fraudulent. And I'm gonna tell the truth. But again, someone's gonna get offended by my reality because this is the perception that we men talk about. Women lie to each other the most. That's why most of them feel they are more valuable in the dating world than they truly are. More women feel like they're more valuable than what they are in the dating world because of the fact that women lie to each other. There are women right now who are in relationships. What you need to tell her, your real friend is, girl, you will never get better than that man. You better work that the hell out. Because when you walk the hell out, you're going to be by yourself and having to carry a man more than likely. You're not going to find this equivalence. See, sometimes in life, we have to be honest and tell ourselves the truth. See, I'm a man. If one of my homeboys is about to leave a good woman, I'm like, boy, you bugging. You're bugging. I'm not going to sit there and be like, boy, it's fun out here meeting mad single girls. I don't live in a false reality. I created the reality called the truth. I've got out of my feelings and got in my reality. I got out of my feelings and got in my reality. A lot of y'all still in your feelings, and your feelings are only driving you ever better to an empty bed. Your feelings are only driving you to an empty bed. An empty bed. This is how women are. It's like sitting in a car, 4 people in the car, somebody farted, nobody want to say nothing. Put 4 dudes in the car. Yo, what the hell is that smell? Phil, you bugging. What is the ew? Oh my God. Yo, that was you, Dre? That was you, Chris? Tyler, you wildin'. We go, that's how men are. We give it up on each other. We violate each other. Like, let me find out you driving your girl car again. This is how we talk to each other. Men violate each other, right? He said, I'm sitting in the fire department over here. It's getting hot in here. But we tell the truth. A lot of the times, the women cannot accept the truth. A woman will watch her friend come outside, knowing damn well she shouldn't have what she have on, and be like, girl, you killing them. Get them. As soon as you go chill with your girl, you know what your girl gonna say to her? Look what she got on. Oh, my God. Why she doing that? She knows she too big for that. Oh my God. Damn. Come on. We fraudulent. We fake. Ladies, tell yourselves the truth. Cut the crap. Y'all are the most gossipy people on earth. But if you say that as a man, you offending your women. No, I'm telling you women the truth. Y'all are gossipers. Y'all talk about each other like dogs. Like dogs. You want to know something? Every woman I've ever dated in my life, I knew everything about their best friend. I can put every single woman I've ever talked to in my life, tell me something about my friends. They can't say nothing because real men don't do that. The realest woman I ever met still talked about their friend. The realest woman I have ever met still talk crazy about their friends. I have never met one who don't tell them they come home from a long day, right? They come flying in. You ain't gonna believe this. I'm like, what happened? And it be something we don't give a damn about, but you know what we do? We act like we give a damn because you give a damn so much. We sit, I'm gonna say that again. Your woman will come in, come tell you about what's going on in her friends and her colleagues and coworkers' life that we don't give a damn about, and you come still listen to you talking crazy about people, and you still gonna hang out, talk to them, chill with them, and be fake. Get out of here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are so fake. But if you say this, you're the problem. Ladies, when you tell somebody about what's going on in your home, make sure you tell somebody the truth about what's going on in your home. A lot of times, people tell stories as victims. I listen to men and I listen to women. I do consulting with both parties. And in most cases, anytime I sit with most women, they tell a story extremely from a victim stance. They never say anything pertaining to what's wrong with them. They always say things to make them look like they're always the angel and the innocent person in every situation. It is more prominent when I talk to a guy, he is more inclined to say things like, I ain't gonna front, I was wilding, I was dragging it. Yo, Q, I got caught cheating. Talk to them one-on-one. They're more prominent to tell you the truth. When you talk to a woman one-on-one, she feels the need to always exaggerate, fabricate, and lie about her truth because women do not like to be cornered with anything pertaining towards them. The moment you go to your woman and you say, I'm gonna tell you something about yourself today, you tell something, you know what she does? She flips it on you so damn fast, you be like, wait, didn't I go to you to talk to you about this, or did you come to me to talk to me about this? I said, I sounded Spanish when I said that so fast, right? Damn. You go to your woman to tell her something about herself, and it flips on you so damn fast, you be like, wait, didn't I come to tell you about you? Why is it about me? Well, 6 months ago, you did. Oh my God. Ladies, I am not an adamant or an advocate killer of my females. I sit here and say this on record. I love my women. Yo, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And I want to say this on record. I love black women. I'm very attracted to black women, but I'm very attracted to women. I love women. But here's my problem. We're losing the relationship battles because there are so many people who want to live in a false reality. I'm going to go on record and say this. Men, if your girl is on a girl trip, she having sex. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. And you know how we can validate this? When a woman goes on a girl's trip, she got to meet something called a what? A dude, right? So if I put all my men on the phone right now and on live and ask them, how come every time you go on a trip with the boys, you're like 99.9% guaranteed you can get some sex? And it's always a girl from another state. All the time. And then you look at her gram, she got a whole dude hugging. They go out to be promiscuous. This is that whole face crap. You shouldn't even entertain nobody, right? In most cases. Let me say that again. I take that back. In most cases. In most cases, when girls team up to fly out, they're looking for Pete-ness to hang out with. Would you agree with that statement? Ladies, let's get out our feelings. In most cases, when women fly out, they're flying out to literally, she said not all girls. Agreed. I apologize. Look, Ms. Blanco, I'm saying it. I apologize. In most cases, there's always gray. There's black, white, and there's always a gray area, right? In most cases, when girls go on girls trips, they going out to have sex. It's a part of the trip. They're looking for dudes to buy them drinks. They're looking for dudes to buy them food. And if a man is buying you drinks and food, he is ever better feeling inclined to get some sex. No man is buying you a drink because you got the sexiest dress on in the event. He wants some drawers. He wants some panties. Like, come on, man. He wants some damn panties. Come on. Ain't no dude like, oh my gosh, her dress is so sexy on her, I want to buy her a drink. That man, like, I want to clap them cheeks. Damn. Come on. We got to stop the garbage. We are so delusional, right? It's like, it's just reality. It's reality. I don't know no man, right, that's buying a drink unless he's a very unconfident man. Some men are so weird, they'll buy you a drink just to start a conversation with you. Some men don't have the same level of security when it comes to talking to women. Some men can literally walk up to you right now and just talk to you. Some men, they gotta find a gimmick to talk to you. Some men cannot just walk up to you and just be like, how you doing, beautiful? They just can't do that. Some men can, but in most cases nowadays, it's a toss-up. It depends on the man. But I believe there are less men nowadays who have the social skills because their anxiety start kicking in when they get nervous to walk up to a woman and speak to her. I'm just being honest. Someone said, glad I don't drink. Yo, but I tell the truth. So what about guys? Should guys go out to go have sex? I'm not lying and I'm not lying. When a man is going around his boys, in most cases, they're going to hump. When they go to DR, ay Dios mío, Sasua. Come on, we telling the truth, man. We gotta stop this garbage. When men are flying out of the country, they're going to have sex. Ladies, they go on a girls trip. In most cases, they're going to meet dudes. I don't see a bunch of girls on a yacht alone. They're looking for where the lit men are, and that's where they're going. Are you kidding me? So you're sitting here right now saying you're traveling and it's fun just sitting with a bunch of girls the whole trip and no men are involved that whole trip. In most cases, if a woman looked me in my eyes and said that, you know what I'm gonna say to her? You are a goddamn liar. It's just what it is, right? Because in most cases, I don't know a group of married women that hang out like that. You're always gonna have that single friend who's always looking for penis. Every girl got a whole friend. Every dude got a whole friend. Every girl got a whole friend and every dude got a whole friend. Let's call it what it is. I'm not gonna call no lies. It's just what it is. In most cases, when you see a lot of girls on trips, they flying up with penis, taking them to the places. Someone's paying for that trip. And her exchange for her being in Jamaica is vagina. This is the whole face. In Dubai, she's getting some sand penis. Come on, get out of here. I tell the truth, I don't be caring when people get mad. I don't care. Because I'm gonna tell you something, one thing I am secure with my truth. When a person don't like to hear the truth, it's because they live in a delusional world. They falsify their reality so long that they don't want to hear it, right? Someone said, you definitely talking facts. I know I am, because I'm gonna tell you, you know why? I've been the guy that went on trips when I was in a relationship and definitely went looking for girls. And I've been that guy that been on trips was single and definitely girls was looking for us. And believe you me, more girls was looking for us than not. So I'm gonna tell my truth and I don't care who get offended. And man, if your woman is on this live and she like, I don't do that, she probably the biggest whore on a damn live. She probably the biggest whore. Most of the girls that act so innocent, they're the nastiest girls on earth. The nastiest girls always act the most perfect. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. A lot of the times, those women, they test your level of security. You know what they'll say? She'll hit you with this. Watch this. I'm gonna give you some game, man. If y'all don't wanna hear this, y'all smoking crack. Watch this. A woman will come to you and test you. She'll be like, oh my God, tell me why Michelle, man, did something, let's say something extremely freaky. She don't feel secure with telling you she want to do that with you. So she might test your level of security by saying her friend did it with her man just to see what your response would be. She'll say like, you know what? He ate it from the back, right? And you like, I don't do stuff like that. But in reality, she wants you to eat it from the back. But she might see your level of insecurity that you might not feel comfortable, so she don't feel comfortable saying it to you. So therefore, guess what? The guy she go cheat with, he does exactly what she wants. You know what she wants? She wants to be smutted out. She want to be smutted out. So sometimes, again, the same way we want to look at our women as classy, a woman still wants to be smutted out sexually. I don't care what nobody say. Good sex to a woman is being smutted out. And if a man don't want to tell the truth, they living in a goddamn delusional world. The most classiest girl can walk the streets all day classy, but when she get in that bedroom, she wants to be smutted out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Come on, man. Right? Especially with that, depends. Right? Yes, by her man. My ladies are telling the truth. We know this, to be honest. And I don't think that makes her a whore. That don't make her a thought. That don't make her a smut. That makes her real. If a woman is with a person she's with, she wants to feel like she can let her hair down. Some of the nastiest girls I've ever been intimate with is teachers. Some of the nastiest women I've ever been in was the ones that sing hallelujah every weekend. Nasty as hell. But again, who cares? When you having sex, it's supposed to be you experimenting with your woman, making them feel comfortable enough to be themselves. When you're dating someone who doesn't feel comfortable with being yourself, your relationship won't last, because she'll meet another guy named Tyrone. He gonna make her do exactly what she wanna do. And she gonna bust it open for a real dude. Damn! We tell the truth. We don't lie no more. It should be normalized, but again, the problem is people will sit there, look, she said, yeah, facts all day from South Carolina. She's a Scorpio. Scorpios are, whoa! You know about Scorpios? They're very, 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 very sexual. No. The most sexual zodiac. the most sexual zodiac there is Scorpios. Just so y'all know I'm snitching. Yo, bro, I've been around the block. I used to be a thought. I had my fun. I tell my truth. I know because of experience. I had my first kid when I was 17. I've been outside. I've been outside for a while. But I'm not ashamed to tell the truth. I think our issue is, as a culture, too many people are too judgmental. And I think the more comfortable a woman is with you, the more likely she will stay with you. When a woman has to come into a relationship and act like a drill sergeant, or she has to act like she's in the military and you her drill sergeant, she is more likely not to show you who she truly is. But when she meet that guy who lets her let her guard down, she's gonna have the most fun with him. So sometimes you stay with your security, that man may be secure. Because naturally a woman is attracted to security, provision, and also protection. Naturally, right? So if a man can provide those things, she tends to like him more because of the fact that he can provide those things. But again, he might not be the sexual encounter that she really wants. And then sometimes, ladies, you might be so corny that a man feels like, yo, you're not the sexual encounter that he wants. You're not fun. You gotta make a relationship fun. When you come to bed, you gotta be that hoe. Your hoe phase should be you being that with your man. Man, your whole face should be you having fun and wild sex with your woman. We're talking about humans. When we talk about lies, we create this false narrative. I genuinely believe this, and I'm gonna say this on record, and someone's gonna get mad. But guess what? I don't give a damn. Watch this. Every single woman has a hoe in them. Every woman. And look at what I said. Let me finish this statement before somebody get offended. Every single woman has a hoe in them. And every woman will bring that hoe out with the right man. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Every woman has a hoe in them. And it takes the right man to bring the hoe out of them. All of them. All of them. I have never met one woman who don't have a hoe in them. But again, they not hoeing for just any old body. Facts. Thank you. I already know. I tell the truth. I don't care. The problem with our culture now is today is everything is about lying because ego has trumped reality. Ego is everything, right? Someone said it's levels to it. I agree. But again, I just told you for the right person. I just said that. The right person gonna make you bust it open. Trust me. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why. Watch this. I'm gonna say this one more time. Every woman has a hoe in them, and it takes the right guy to bring the hoe out of them. Watch this. And I'm gonna show you how. Because one guy could sleep with a girl, another guy could sleep with a girl, they'll both tell their sexual encounters, and it'd be two completely different experiences. The things she did for him, she wouldn't do for him. And the things she did for him, she wouldn't do for him. So that's why you can see that certain men can bring out certain things with certain women. There are women who've been intimate with men who they've never been done nasty things with. So that guy thinks she's a goody-goody. But then when you be like, yo, your wife, he be like, yo, she is a wild one. You be like, wow, where, when, how? She don't feel comfortable with you. Because you're supposed to allow her to express and explore her sexuality with you comfortably without feeling like she's gonna be judged. Because naturally, when a person feels like they're gonna be judged, they tend to hold back who they truly are. We're talking about humans. We're talking about humans. But again, when you tell the truth, someone feels away. How much time we got on that? One time. Because this episode is good. You want to talk? We're going to get 5 more minutes, guys. We're going to get out of here. 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes? 10? Now let's keep going. But I'm telling you, give me some more content. Some more. But I'm telling you, that's why I said keep going. God damn. I love you. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep it all the way real, right? Sometimes when we talk about these things, I've noticed that people get offended. And I'm not here to talk bad about my ladies. As I say every time, I love my women. I love my brothers. But again, we got to stop living in our false reality. This whole face thing should be natural in your bedroom and being mindful of who you hoeing with. Ladies, I'm going to be honest with you. In most cases, men cannot stomach knowing that their woman was intimate with a lot of men. They cannot. Earlier, I said this. T, watch this. I said, if a woman sleeps with a lot of men, most men can't stomach that. But a woman will date a man that slept with a lot of women and still deal with them. And know it, and still it is what it is. Because that's why I genuinely believe that women have a stronger mentality than men. I just believe so. Because the things that most men put women through, they cannot stomach if a woman put them through it. I could never stomach what I put my woman through if she put me through it. She would have been dumped the day up. I found out the minute, the second, the hour, the right there. Why? Because I genuinely believe in most cases, women think more than men. And what I mean by that is a woman has to be worked into a mood to naturally get her essence. When I say a man gets her essence, it's her vagina. A man cannot just get a woman's essence without her allowing it unless he's a rapo. True or false? So if a woman gives herself to a man, it's because she has feelings for him. So I always tell, touch that screen, guys, tap that screen. If a woman, watch this, if a woman, T, cheats on you, I don't think that she's no good of a woman. And I'm going to tell you why. Because in most cases, the man she cheated with, she going to care about. A man can sleep with a woman and never, ever, ever give a damn about the woman. A man can cheat on his woman with another woman and never give a freaking care about her. Never call her again. But a woman, if she cheats on you, when she get mad at you again, hey, big head. Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Because I've been big head a few times. The double standard is crazy work, but I didn't create the narrative, I just understand it. But again, if you try to make life equal, you're going to keep failing because it's never going to be like that. I didn't create the standard. I didn't say if a man sleeps around, a woman should forgive him. I never said that. Y'all choose to do it. In most cases, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. I want y'all to answer this on my live. In most cases, if someone cheated, right, man and woman cheated, who is more likely to forgive, the man or the woman? I'm asking y'all. We know. I want them to say it, right? Watch this. I'm asking you again. So when the lady Courtney said the woman, all I see is the woman. So why get offended with me, right, for telling y'all the truth? Look, every goddamn person on this live said the woman. Why get offended when I say the truth then? Because it hits too close to home. They say hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. You ever stepped on a dog tail with the first thing you do? Right? That's the same thing that person does. You get offended by truth. I didn't create it. I'm just only saying it. I'm just telling the truth based on what you guys just said. Every person on my live just said the woman. The women are more inclined to forgive because I genuinely believe that women have more of a forgiving spirit. They have more of a forgiving spirit. It's just what it is. Most men cannot forgive a woman for cheating because of the fact that in the back of his mind, anytime he get mad at you, he's going to think about that guy having sex with you. And a lot of men ain't going to admit this to you. I'm giving you facts. A lot of times when a man can't forgive a woman for cheating is because of the fact that every time he thinks about the sex, it's going to make him disgusted with you. He's going to feel disgusted. He's going to want to vomit in his own stomach. He's going to picture it in his brain. He's going to eat him alive. That's how you know men are weaker minded than women. We may be physically stronger, but mentally, women are a lot stronger. I didn't create it. I just tell the truth. Imagination is going to get the best of them. It is. It is. So if my woman came to me and said, hey, I just had some penis, I'm going to say, you know what? Hey, pack your stuff up and go be with the penis. Because truth be told, I could never forgive a woman who cheats. Because in my mind, and I'm saying this, look what I said, in my mind, the woman naturally has more of a thought before sex. If I have to work my woman into a mood, that means naturally he had to work a woman into the mood. So the fact that he was able to work her into a mood is because of the fact that she was interested in every bit of him. So I didn't create this narrative, guys. I just keep it 1,000. In most cases, most men will never forgive a woman for stepping outside their relationship. In most cases, more women will forgive. Ladies, we got to get out our feelings. I don't come on here because I want to disrespect y'all, right? Men lusting over you is different from men loving you. And I got to say that again. Men lusting over you is different from men loving you. A lot of times with aging, I feel like our insecurities come out more and more, right? We have to be mindful that men are very visual creatures. Matter of fact, before we get out of here, let me get a phone call. Somebody call in right now. 516. What's the number? Give me the number one time. Someone call in right now. Talk about this topic. I'm giving y'all my call-in number. Tyler, put that phone call in right now. We're going to get a phone call right now. 516-253-1150. Someone call in right now. You're taking one phone call. Someone call in right now. 516-253-1150. I'm taking, matter of fact, I might take two calls. One or two calls. Someone call in right now. 516. We got a caller right now. I love you guys. Look how y'all love me. Got me feeling special. Caller. Hold on one second. Technical difficulties. Caller.
Yeah.
What's going on, caller?
How are you?
How are you? What you got to add to this conversation?
Well, I was just in a live chat, and one of the things that I said in there was that women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can.
I agree 100% with you. 100%.
Yeah.
Because you guys give choice. Sex is
Yes,
last
we
choice
have
by
the
women.
choice.
100%. So that's why I said if a woman...
And I completely agree with the the women being able to forgive men, and what you said about the man, when he knows his woman's laid with another man and he gets disgusted and all those things. The women, we feel that too. We let that the good thoughts overpower that negativity. We kind of let it push it away, and I think that's why it's easier for women to forgive, because we're able to look at the positive things or the things that we fell in love with or admire in the man, and overlook things like that. I can't look past that. If you do me wrong, that's it. I'm done. But I know a lot of women that stay with men that are unfaithful to them because they let the good memories and the good thoughts and all the good things overpower that one negative moment.
I agree. You know how like I said earlier, when a woman, right, sleeps with a guy, she naturally, and if he's a bum, it's because the woman is a bum, because she chooses sex. And if a man chooses a woman in a relationship, it's because he's a bum. So if a woman is a bum and a man chooses to be with her, because he's a bum. And if a woman sleeps with a bum, it's because she's a bum. Women are the gateway to sex, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Just what it is.
It is controlled by the women. I mean, that's where the power is. That's where the control is.
Some women don't like to hear it. They like, oh, I control dating. Some women do. Some, but more men control dating nowadays than women. Because a lot of women are finding themselves older, single, because of the fact that the dating market is very, very, very toxic, and it's not as valuable as it used to be. But
with some women, I mean, I'm single. I am an older woman, and what I have found in trying to date is that there are some women that, just like I said, men with who they can, women with who they want. Well, there's some women that will literally they kind of take the masculine mentality, and I'm just going to conquer, and get mine. Like, it's time for me to be the player. It's time for me to have the fun and not be shamed for it. And so now for every woman that tells a man, no, I'm not interested, or, hey, let me get to know you better first before we go there, there's 10 other women behind her going, I'll do it right now.
Agreed.
I just want to have fun. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And so that's what the good women, the loyal women, that's what we're competing against, the women that are giving it away.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And you know what's sad, though, when you sit down and evaluate it, is like you're going to see more people going to die alone because of the fact that they're using their most vital, strong years to find good love. Some of us hold on to bad love for too long, and some of us wait too long to try to actually find love. So therefore, a lot of us die alone,
Oh, unfortunately, I feel like that's where I'm headed, because I'm finding it very difficult to find someone who is just willing to put in the effort and not be looking out for the next best thing.
But you know what it is too, though? I will say this. I don't know about you in particular, but I'm speaking in general. In most cases, a lot of people, men and women, social media has given them an audience to the world where they believe that there's something better than what they have, where they constantly have wandering eyes. So a lot of people feel like, damn, and I'm an influencer and I have a lot of followers. So it's a lot of times you get a lot of attention. So if you don't have a extreme level of self-control, it's easy for you to have a wandering eye, because social media gives you the gateway to easier access, especially with very, very vulnerable women,
That's how the last man that I dated, it was a long distance relationship, but we met through social media. And when I realized that, even though he was telling me that, he was focused on me, I'm the only one he was giving attention to. He told me that he let people in his life know about me. But when I go on social media and I see him liking all these other pictures or commenting fire and heart emojis under other women's pictures, and I asked him, hey, who is this to you? Like, why did this girl tag you in this picture? Who is she to you?
Yeah.
You cannot build a kingdom with a king who still craves attention from the villagers. And that's all he wanted. He wanted validation and praise from anybody that would give it to him. And no matter how much I adored him, it was not enough.
Because he may suffer from abandonment issues. A lot of times when you suffer from either mommy, daddy, or abandonment issues, they make you look for attention to seek validation that you never gotten. So therefore you're looking for something constantly. It's not your fault. It's not your problem. It's a self problem. But again, it's also the way the person was raised. A lot of times you sit down and be like, oh, he's a whore, she's a whore. But sometimes that mommy and daddy issue, it literally says this is the reason into why most people seek validation from so many people, is because they've never been validated by the person that was supposed to love them the most, which is mommy and daddy.
Yeah. And that's what good therapy is for, and self-healing and doing the work, which is something that I've done. I know what my triggers are. I know where my wounds are and my traumas and everything, and I've addressed them.
Yes.
And I'm aware of them.
Yes.
And that's huge. Like, just being aware of knowing, like, I got daddy issues or mommy issues or whatever. So being aware and being able to work with them and communicate. A lot of people just don't communicate. People are afraid to have uncomfortable conversations.
Let me ask you a question though. What does communication look like to someone who doesn't know how to speak the language of the person that knows how to communicate? People communicate the way they were taught. If my mother and father cursed each other, or my mother and her boyfriend cursed each other out every time they spoke, that's what I've normalized to be normal based on the way I was raised. Noticing that most people, when they get mad, they have the lack of something called emotional maturity, because they never were taught how to be emotionally mature. So therefore, this is why we behave the way we behave. People learn what they learn because we're creatures of habit. All the habits that you see is what people learn, and then you identify that to be normal because that's all you've seen. You can't tell someone who speaks Spanish to speak English when they never learned it. They're gonna only speak the language. They only speak the language they was taught.
Yeah.
But
I mean, in knowing that, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. But in knowing that, my call got disconnected. But in knowing that, like, if you know that that's not, like, even though you grew up and that's what you saw as normal,
yes.
Now that you know that that's not okay, you can make that change, right? Like, people can
we assume,
learn and grow and change.
We assume so, right? But one hasn't identified to be abnormal. There was a kid, growing up as a kid, I was taught that a real man has multiple women. So as a child growing up thinking that a man is supposed to have multiple women, in my mind, I'm not a real man unless I have what? Multiple women. So therefore, yes. So therefore, until maybe I identify with someone else who don't have multiple women, I will never see not having multiple women as a normality. So therefore, again, we base our level of strength and our security and our mentality on the world's mentality. Everyone don't have the same level of maturity, a level of understanding, a level of thought. Because therefore, if we all had that, more of us will be successful, more of us will be better parents, more of us will have better environments, and also a mentality. But again, it's hard to create something when it's unforeseen. The mind has to see it to believe that it's normal, because the eyes are the gateway to the mind. So if the eyes haven't even seen success, therefore the success wouldn't even be normal. So the eyes have to see success for the mind to believe it. You know?
Fact. Yeah, no, fact. And sometimes even seeing isn't, 100%, because I know a lot of people that they put on a good show, but when you peek behind that curtain, they're just as bad. They're just as messed up.
Agreed, because we were taught that we have to hide. It's basically the Halloween factor, right? We hide our mask and mask who we truly are, because this is how we were taught survival. A lot of us survive. We don't learn how to heal or fix, because most of us were told that therapy is wrong. You're crazy if you go to therapy. You're sick. You're weird. So therefore, a person that wants to go to therapy won't go, because for 30, 40 years, they were told that it's for crazy people. So why would a person want to do that?
Yeah.
Well, let me get out of here. I appreciate you. So we can go all day. I love your conversation.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man.
And I definitely appreciate the support too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, that was an amazing conversation. Let's give it up for her. over. But yeah, this is what we do. You know, we've learned so many different things. Like I study this. So some people say, yo, Q, you literally are very, very mature when it comes to these conversations. I said the reason why I'm comfortable having these conversations is because I'm trained. I've learned a lot. So like sometimes when I go on these things, right, some people get offended. And I'm like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to fight with you. As a man, since I was a boy, you know what I was taught? A real man don't what? Hit women. So I'm not gonna hit you and then run and say I didn't do anything for you to behave the way you behave. Because I'm gonna say this on record to my men. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna know today. There are two types of crazy women. There are two types of crazy women. Watch this. The first crazy woman is a woman who came crazy. She came crazy. The second crazy woman is the woman you created. You made her crazy. That is the most craziest woman you could have. So sometimes that man that created that woman into being crazy, they never want to identify that they were the problem to the reason why that girl was crazy. Women don't just naturally come crazy in most cases. A lot of times women come willing to love you and to be what you want them to be. In most cases, in a relationship, a woman behaves the way you made them feel. When a woman acts like garbage and trash in a relationship, it's because that's how you made her feel. She may have never said it to you, but her actions say it. Because a woman naturally, in most cases, when they date you, they come like this. A woman would invite you in the house and let you go to every single room in the house. But a man gives you pieces of it. But in most cases, women will say, hey, go in the kitchen, make yourself at home, do whatever you want. That's why it's easier from day one to move into a woman's house than it is for a man to have a woman move into his house. Because when a woman wants you, she opens up everything to you. This is just our reality. Let me take one more phone caller before we get out of here. 516-253-1150. One more caller, call in. Say it again. Yes, that's the truth. He said a man will make you have to earn his respect, right? But in most cases, a woman will give you the respect, and then you can lose the respect. And the sad part about losing a woman's respect is it's hard to get back. And that's just the reality. So once you burn a woman's respect, it's not that easy to get it back. Because in most cases, if you look at the relationship in the beginning, you're like, oh, my relationship was fire in the beginning. I'm like, and it changed because of the fact that you didn't hold on to what she loved so much. But we tell the truth over here, guys. We do not raise no lies. But again, I'm going to get out of here. For those who want to keep up with this content, I love the podcast is streaming on every major server. It is called Don't Let That Go Over Your Head. Don't Let That Go Over Your Head is the podcast. They call me Q the Boss. For those who love my content, go follow me on Instagram right now. QDABOSS516. The same name as my TikTok. Go follow me. If you want to DM me, I am literally going over to my Instagram right now and I'm answering DMs. So if you want to say something to me, write me in my DM right now and I'm definitely going to respond to you. Also, for those who want to do a one-on-one consulting with me, the link is in my bio. You want to do a one-on-one Zoom call, a phone call with Q the Boss, the link is in the bio. Click the link in my bio and we can do a one-on-one together. Guys, I love you guys. So those who want to keep up with me, I've given you the content. The content is Don't Let That Go Over Your Head on every streaming server. Follow me on Instagram at Q the Boss. I gave you the YouTube channel. For those who didn't get the YouTube channel real fast, if you get it, you didn't get it. About to get out of here real fast. But I'm going to say this before we leave. Don't let the whole phase keep you from finding your soulmate. Till next time, don't let that go over your head.